transforming loneliness into inner peace. The Buddha once said, "He who lives alone, walks alone, lies down alone, and diligently practices alone, finds joy in the solitude of the forest." Today, many people are afraid of being alone. Modern society often defines a successful, happy life as one filled with people, activities, and possessions. But nearly every spiritual path throughout history praises solitude, not as isolation, but as a sacred space for inner transformation. That's why most spiritual leaders, prophets, and enlightened beings withdrew from the noise of society to live in quiet, simple places. They found peace and wisdom not through the crowd, but through silence and solitude. The Buddha himself followed this path. Before his awakening, he was a prince, surrounded by luxury, comfort, and every sensual pleasure. But he realized that indulging in pleasure could not lead to true liberation. So, he left the palace and began a spiritual journey, wandering from one forest to another, meditating deeply in search of inner peace. During this time, 5 ascetic monks accompanied him. They believed the only way to reach enlightenment was through extreme self-denial, harsh fasting, severe meditations, and physical suffering. For 6 years, the Buddha practiced these extreme methods, but in the end he realized that this too was not the way. He had left behind one extreme, sensual indulgence, only to fall into another, self-torture. Seeing the futility of both, he discovered the middle path, a way of living in balance, neither clinging to pleasure nor punishing the body. After this insight, he accepted a small offering of food to nourish his body. The 5 monks, disappointed by this, thought he had given up the spiritual path and left him. Alone in the forest once again, he found the perfect stillness to look within. It was in this solitude, under the Bodhi tree, that he attained enlightenment. So you see, being alone can be a blessing, if we know how to use it. But for many people, being alone turns into a burden. They feel isolated, anxious, and filled with negative thoughts. They often come to me and say, "I live by myself, and I feel so lonely. What should I do?" The truth is, it all depends on how we relate to our solitude. From a scientific point of view, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Loneliness is a form of energy. If left unmanaged, it becomes negative energy. But if we guide it wisely, we can turn that same energy into peace, clarity, and purpose. So how do we transform loneliness? One of the biggest reasons people feel lonely is because they lack a purpose or goal in life. When you have something to work toward, a direction, a vision, your energy becomes focused. You no longer dwell on the emptiness of being alone, because your heart and mind are engaged. Your goals can be material or spiritual, but everyone, no matter their background, should cultivate spiritual goals. Because no matter how crowded our lives may be today, there will come a time when we are truly alone, perhaps at the end of life or during a major turning point. If we haven't developed inner strength and spiritual understanding, that solitude can become overwhelming. So begin now. Make solitude your ally. Set aside time each day, even just 15 minutes, as me time. Sit quietly with no distractions. No phone, no social media, no entertainment. Just you, your breath, and your thoughts. In those moments, learn to listen to yourself. Ask questions like, what kind of person do I want to become? What qualities do I need to strengthen? What habits or weaknesses do I need to let go of? When we use time alone for self-reflection and growth, we turn it into a powerful practice. We stop fearing loneliness, and instead, we begin to cherish solitude. So don't run away from being alone. Embrace it. Use it to awaken your mind, deepen your heart, and walk the path to true peace. Namo Buddhaya.